Oh boy. All right. Have fun. Wow, I really do like some wholesome play. You too. And what I really like about this is we have a troll in the house. New Max Eco. I know I called him a troll in my other video, but I only thought that because he accidentally sent me the wrong recording. So I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. I mean, we can joke and laugh and call him Max the Troll, but he's actually a super cool guy. I talked to him a bunch on Discord, and he's one of the only people that I've ever met that sends a game in that he has lost just so that he can analyze it and get a little bit better. So I think that's really cool. And over here we have 7 bills on food. That's a little bit on the heavy side. Probably send some to wood soon. He is playing as the Gauss. Ooh, what do we have? We have to kettle. Isn't that like cows? No, it's a boils of water. Oh, 14. Sure. Oh man, a little banter. I do like a little banter every once in a while. Is that like cows? The kettle. T for T. Thank you for T. I was thinking cattle. Yeah, I love people from all across the world, and they're just having some fun. This is good wholesome play, in my opinion. Non-sequitorian is playing as the Spanish. And we are playing on Crater, one of my favorite maps. This map definitely promotes aggression in a lot of ways. You're very close to your opponent, and you have these only one boar, or am I blind? Yes. Let's see. Oh, did he steal a boar? I don't see it. Am I blind now? It doesn't look like it got lamed. Oh! Oh my goodness. Oh man, I can't believe I just did that. I was like, wait, did he just get lame? Because you always start with 2 boars. On Crater, you don't start with 2 boars. On Crater, you only start with 1. So that just shows you the unfamiliarity with the map that New Mexico has. You do have a whole bunch of ibexes over here. Let's see how many ibexes we have. 7, 8 ibexes. So that is just my inexperience right there. Casting this, kind of funny if I'm being honest. And meanwhile, we do have a lot on wood. Actually, quite a few. I don't think you ever need 7 on wood in Dark Age, even 8 on wood in Dark Age. I think you should just keep that number down to about 4 or 3 is actually totally fine. Meanwhile, over here we have 3 on wood, so I actually like Blue's build order a little bit more. I was going to try and say Blue's name, but we're just going to call him the blue player or the Spanish player in this situation. I am so sorry that I'm not able to pronounce names very well, but at the same time, whatever. It is what it is. We got the barracks on the front end. It's looking like a drush now. Maybe. I definitely would like to see him build a... Where is he losing? Oh, he's building a house. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I was going to say, I would like to see him build a mill over here, which we probably will see at some point. But this villager might be walking the long way. Let's see... 95... He's going to produce those militia. 100... No, 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 no. Don't walk all the way back. That's the long way. I would like to see him build... Yeah, okay, so he does get that villager eventually. And Blue knows exactly what is up at this point. Personally, I'm a big fan of doing the Bulgarian Rush on this map. I had that in one of my videos with Numai. You can do it on 2v2, 3v3, or whatever it is. And that's actually to sneak forward, build your barracks forwards. That way the distance that you have to walk is so much shorter. And also, I like Bulgarian specifically for that situation because as soon as you hit feudal, they become men-at-arms. Militia is a very, very weak... as my game lags a little bit. It's a very weak unit. 40 HP, 0 and 1, and look how fast militia goes down. Boom, gone. Absolutely got wrecked. And let's see, how much damage did he actually manage to do? Only managed to do 7 damage. Great for harassing, not so great in fighting against villagers, especially if they're in groups. Even one-on-one, I think a militia may actually lose to a loom villager. +1 defense, and we have 4 no. Yeah, they do the same damage, so it depends on who gets the first hit, I suppose. It also depends on some other factors that we're probably not completely aware of just by looking at the stats. Like, for example, what is the attack rate of a militia versus that of a villager? But we're going way too deep into it. The point that I was trying to make is that militia are fragile. And it looks like this is definitely also causing a bunch of chaos within Blue's base because he does know that this is coming. And for Goss, it is relatively reasonable to go even into men-at-arms and potentially their techs as well. He's going to focus down this mill. If he can get that down, that would definitely be great. But a stable being made. Okay. I mean, I do get that because you're Spanish and whatnot, and some of those upgrades will actually affect your conquistadors as well. Although I think I would have rather have seen archers, because archer hard counter militia very, very well. Now, I think New Mexico is just focused on going up. Actually, it would be okay to cancel that villager and go up just a little bit sooner, but this is fine. Now he has 6 here, so he can take fights of groups of 5 or less. And I know we haven't been looking at New Mexico's base very much, but it is chaos. This is actually doing what it's supposed to do. I know that first one didn't really, but now at this point, he's going to target down that scout, and you're definitely going to have like 3 or 4 scouts. Now, what I would love to see, oh, definitely should cancel one of those. That's unfortunate. But it's not the end of the world. There is, now you should cancel it, and just go feudal, because you should realize that your opponent is going scouts, so it is so effective if you are going for a drush or if you are going for men-at-arms to also build some spearmen with it. And this is actually a pretty good engage. Most of the militia staying alive, still have 5 over here. Don't think he even lost a single one. Is going up to feudal now, but if he was to feudal a little bit faster, he could definitely get some spearmen out to protect from these scouts. And that's why I'm not a fan of scouts in this particular situation. Because what you can do is you can simply add spearmen. And it hard counters it from the same building. Whereas if you go archers, now they have to make skirmishers, and this is not a good engage. You have to pull back. Let's get 1. And that was pretty good. Militias, if I'm not mistaken, are 60 and 20 gold, whereas scouts are 80 food. So they're about the same cost. In the beginning, it doesn't really matter too much because, you know, it's the same number of resources. It's just food versus gold. Let me just, you know what? I don't care. I just don't want people laughing at me. Okay, I don't want myself laughing at myself. Okay, it's actually only 48 and 16, so that's a total of 64 versus that of a scout, which is correct. That's 80. Okay, but I think that's because of the reduced cost of supplies. I think Goths get free supplies. Maybe I'm mistaken on that. I don't really like playing Goths, but I know a lot of people do. There's nothing wrong with Goths. If you can get to Imperial Age relatively untouched, you're in a very good spot. And no, don't build more militia. Start building some spearmen. I think would be a very, very nice addition to this army. But wow, that's a lot of 11 right now. Wow, going for it. I do like that. I like that a lot, actually. Just going ham on it. And there comes the men-at-arms upgrade. And wow, that's nice. Going for those spearmen. I believe New Mexico said that this was at the 1200 ELO. If I am mistaken on that, I am sorry. A whole bunch of idle vills and very, very aggressive play. Let's take a look at New Mexico's base for just a moment. Okay, Nice small walls over here, definitely protects against the scouts very nicely. All of these farms are relatively within range, building additional farms so he can keep producing those militia. I actually would not mind seeing him completing this wall over here, maybe adding some sort of a gate. Meanwhile, we do have these militia trying to find some damage. One of those reinforcements does get picked up, and spearmen now being added to the mix as well. I think your best course of action here might actually be to target down the stable. And there's a blacksmith going up. At some point, it also might be okay to stop producing men at arms and to think about going up. You are quite close at this in this point, and definitely deny this because that PC only ranges the very edge. Yeah, definitely wouldn't mind New Mexico going up, but I do like how he's continuously producing. He has a lot here. And these 4 scouts, yeah, this is why I was saying this wood line would be nice if it was walled in, because that could definitely get hit by those scouts. Be a good counterattack. Sometimes to get something like this off your back, yeah, you definitely need to wall, but to go for a counterattack is also very, very effective. And it looks like those scouts are looking for that counterattack. I want to quickly see what can Blue see over here. And this is going to be tough to keep out because there's just so many of them. What can Blue see? Okay, he doesn't know where the wood line is, but he should find it relatively soon. And let's take a quick look at eco numbers. 40 for New Mexico. So yeah, this did work. This did work over here. But now, as these scouts come in, it could definitely even out the build numbers once more. Meanwhile, yeah, that's what I was saying before. Target that stable. Don't let him get that up. Archery range, I think, would have been the better choice, like I mentioned before. But you do want to definitely target this scout over here. Meanwhile, ooh, tons of villagers getting attacked over here, but there aren't very many upgrades on these scouts, so they are going to quickly get cleaned up. And he does have to click every single individual scout, and that scout is now down. And definitely, since you know this is happening, I would definitely consider adding those house walls. But overall, looking like quite good play. And that's a lot. This is like ploppy style, man. It's ploppy style. I like it. Floppy style. It's going to be difficult for Blue to get back into this game. And yeah, it's going to be attacking that mining camp. But not very many places to hit now. Everything is quite safe. And as the archer numbers get higher and higher, you can, as Ploppy explained to me, micro against men-at-arms very, very nicely with some archers. That's why he likes to do the Kelp men-at-arms, because they're a little bit faster than archers. But finding a village kill, not bad. And wow, okay, I missed this, but Blue actually abandoned a lot of his base and ran over here for a sneaky positioning. That is very, very nice. And it's gonna build a ton of farms, but you gotta build a mill, my dude. Gotta build a mill, otherwise it will just come right back. And meanwhile, looks like we do have a lot of men-at-arms. It's just continuing. I don't think there's any. You have 900 gold, should be going up to cancel at this point. But the amount of pressure that New Mexico has put on to Blue is tremendous. And why are there? You're not Khmer. You're not Khmer. Yeah, I was gonna say, aren't these villagers just gonna walk back? Maybe he just forgot. I'm trying to justify this in my head. Like, how did this happen? I think he forgot. I think he just simply forgot that he didn't have a mill there. Now this is just so. Yeah, okay. He does realize. He actually sends all of them back, and there is the mill. Okay, definitely build the mill first and then the farms. That is a mistake on Blue's end, but you know what? It's fine. The score is actually quite close, and it looks like skirmishers are going to be coming out for New Mexico, which makes a lot of sense considering he's seen that his opponent is going archers. These archers are going to be able to harass over here quite nicely. And I think if he would have gone for archers first, Then what happens is New Mexico, right? He goes into skirms to stop the archers. And then when he goes skirms, you go into scouts. Then you can use the scouts against the skirms, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. But I think that works out a lot better than going for scouts first, because you can't really engage comfortably against men-at-arms or even against militia if they have enough militia. It's not a hard counter, so to say. I mean, it is, but not if they significantly outnumber you. Whereas with archers, it's a super hard counter because, you know, look at this. These men-at-arms are never even going to touch them. You can potentially just micro them forever and slowly kill them, but these skirms now are doing work. Castle H on the way, and here come longswords. Longswords, I mean, you have so many of them. Why wouldn't you get longswords at this point? And it looks like Red's entire army is going to get cleared out. He's getting the attack upgrade on his skirms. Very, very, very good stuff. I also think if you are playing against archers, there's nothing wrong with getting that defense upgrade on them as well. They do live a lot longer against archers, and it just really helps if you're fighting big groups of archers to get that defense upgrade. But yeah, this is Jesus Khazan, and the scout hasn't scouted that yet, but once it does, oh no, is he just gonna go for it? I guess he's just gonna go for it. And that's the Castle HTC. Oh man, 82%, 85. Is this gonna go down? I think no. I think he's gonna get up. Is he gonna get up? 96. Wow, it's so close. Okay, he does make it up. But now, what do you do? Okay, you're gonna try and keep that TC up. I think you just abandoned the TC. Although New Mexico is throwing a lot of army away, but now a lot of eco is being absolutely demolished from Blues. So definitely think that was worth it to attack. If we look at the villager count right now, it is 43 against 30. Okay, so New Mexico definitely has not been creating villagers this entire time, and now knights are out. Oh, this could be disastrous. But pretty soon, Blue has no TCs at the moment, unless he built a TC over here. No, he did not. So there's no TCs, and Red still has TCs. So as long as he keeps producing villagers, he should be getting a ability pretty quickly. Is getting help now to counter those knights. And yeah, the number GG is called. Wow. Okay. Okay. Long swords. The boys. Very, very cool game. And kills pretty even, but I think there was just a lot of disruption. I think, especially at lower elos, I think 1200 is not super low. I'm only 1400 myself, and I'm kind of lying about that. I'm actually 1300. I fluctuate up and down. But I have reached 1400 one time, so it must be true. I think if you are applying aggression to your opponents, especially at lower elos, then they're going to have a hard time doing their build order. They're going to have a hard time managing their bills. They might forget about producing bills and so on. So it really helps out to be very, very aggressive in those types of situations. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for walking. Just please keep walking. Don't run. Really enjoy all of your support. And also just love casting, you know?